Welcome to a Wealth of Useless Knowledge, where we dive into some fun and entertaining topics. You're sure to learn something new here, and maybe even have a laugh or two. Now let's get into today's video. Pop Tarts, the toaster pastry we all know and love. Whether you enjoy them as a quick on-the-go breakfast or as a midnight snack, they're certainly one of the most popular foods out there. Since they were launched back in 1964 by the Kellogg Company, these jam-filled frosted rectangles have been flying off store shelves and have become beloved by everyone. No doubt the classic frosted strawberry and the brown sugar cinnamon flavors are delicious.
Simply delicious.
But what happens when the Pop-Tart flavors take a strange turn? From A&W Root Beer down to the mystery flavor, Pop-Tarts have truly pushed the boundaries by releasing unexpected flavors over the years, taking our taste buds on a wild and wacky ride. From new additions to their regular lineup, down to limited time offerings, here's a list of 10 of the weirdest and most interesting flavors of Pop-Tarts ever made. First on the list is the Eggo Frosted Maple flavor. Just like Pop-Tarts, another breakfast item people love is Eggos. You've seen the commercials. Not to mention, it's difficult if not impossible to forget the iconic Lego My Eggo line. And considering the same company that makes Pop-Tarts, the Kellogg Company, now known as Kellanova, is the same company who makes Eggos, it made sense that they would attempt to Frankenstein two of their most popular breakfast items together. This flavor was launched back in 2021, but only for a limited time, as it was discontinued shortly thereafter and has yet to make a comeback. Next up is the A&W Root Beer flavor. Root beer is one of those things that you either absolutely love or you hate, with not much in between. So when this flavor launched, many were skeptical. But hey, if you weren't sure whether or not you wanted a root beer or a Pop-Tart as a snack and had the ability to have both all at once, then this would seem like the next logical step. It was launched back in 2016 alongside the next flavor on this list, the Orange Crush flavor.
What the heck?
Well, if a root beer flavored Pop-Tart just wasn't adventurous enough for you, surely the Orange Crush flavor would be. Both the root beer and Orange Crush flavors were created as a collaboration with the Keurig Dr. Pepper Company. Although these were meant to mimic the fan favorite versions of the sodas minus the carbonation, much like a can of soda that's been left out too long, the buzz surrounding the launch of these fell flat, as both flavors were discontinued the same year they launched. Now this next one isn't so odd of a flavor, but it's nonetheless unique. The Frosted Banana Bread flavor. This Pop-Tart flavor emerged back in 2023, and as someone who's gotten a chance to try it, I can honestly say it's an absolute dream if you're a fan of banana pudding, which is in my opinion closer to what it actually tastes like. And this particular one, although it takes a bit of a scavenger hunt to find, it's surprisingly still available, but it's uncertain for how long. So if this is a flavor you've been looking to try, you better snag it before it disappears. If you've been surprised by the flavors the company has dared to launch up until this point, well, you're really in for a surprise with this one, as it's a mystery flavor. That's right, y'all. The mystery flavor is named the Mr. E flavor. I see what you did there, Pop-Tarts. Now, saying this was a unique release is quite the understatement, as it's giving more mad scientists cooking up something diabolical in the lab type vibes. As for what the mystery flavor was, well, that's up for debate. Some cited the flavor as cheesy, while others argued that they picked up traces of garlic and onion. It was also widely thought to have tasted like a chicken Alfredo pizza, while a large group of people couldn't even quite put their finger on what the heck it tasted like, but they just knew in their soul that something wasn't right.
That boy ain't right.
After much debate, it was later determined that it was meant to be an everything bagel flavor, and people just couldn't believe it.
What?
Needless to say, this one was extremely short-lived, as the company released it in 2021 and got so many complaints that they axed it after just 2 months. Regardless of what people recognize the flavor as, one thing's for certain though, it's one of the weirdest flavors of Pop-Tarts to ever grace store shelves. Adding to the list of novelty flavors is yet another Pop-Tarts collaboration, this time with Dunkin' Donuts. If you like to drink coffee with your Pop-Tarts, then why not have a coffee-flavored Pop-Tart too? I mean, you truly get the best of both worlds. This coffee-inspired confection was brewed up back in 2016 in two mouth-watering flavors, vanilla latte and chocolate mocha. These flavor varieties, although different from Pop-Tart's standard offerings, made more sense in the grand scheme of things, and people actually really liked them, so they stuck around for a while longer than most. These had a good 3-year run before they were ultimately pulled off store shelves, but if any of these limited-time flavors are worthy of making a comeback, surely it's these. I mean, come on, who doesn't love coffee-flavored sweets? Speaking of coffee, if you've been enjoying the content on this channel for a while now and have been looking for ways to support, you now have the option to buy me a coffee if you'd like. Simply click the link down in the description box and snag a cup. Any contributions you decide to make goes towards keeping me caffeinated enough to keep making the videos you enjoy watching. But if you want an even simpler way to support the channel, why not just hit the like button and subscribe? It's free and easy to do, plus it helps the channel out a lot too, keeping fun content like this headed your way.
I appreciate you.
Yet another time Kellogg decided to merge two of their popular breakfast items was the invention of the Apple Jacks Pop-Tart. Apple and cinnamon really does go together.
Real bad.
So it's no surprise that this would be one of the flavor combos that the company would test out. This Apple Jacks flavored treat launched back in 2023, and although it's set to be a limited edition release, this one is also still around. At least for now. Next on the list is the Pink Lemonade Pop-Tart. When most people think of pink lemonade, we think of a cool and refreshing summertime beverage, not so much a Pop-Tart. So the release of this unique flavor was the company taking yet another risk. This is yet another limited time only flavor launched back in 2016, and it was discontinued shortly thereafter, only to return once again just this past year in 2024. Another one of these interesting toaster pastry flavors to come to market was the maple bacon flavor. It was launched back in 2015 and played on that whole savory sweet thing with the bacon dipped in syrup, which makes a lot of sense as far as flavor combos go. Although it is hard to fathom that flavor translating well into a Pop-Tart form. Have any of you guys gotten a chance to try this one before it vanished? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Last on this list, but certainly not least, is the blue raspberry flavor. The blue raspberry Pop-Tart was another unique flavor launched back in 2015. This is one of those flavors that sounds good if it were something like a Jolly Rancher or an Airhead, but a Pop-Tart? This flavor, although confusing, was one quite a few people actually liked. Some swear by them, whether they're served hot or just eaten straight from the package, while others say that freezing them is the way to go. Regardless of how you prefer to eat them, chances are you won't be able to eat these for a while, as they appear to have been discontinued sometime around 2018 and have yet to make a return. This is by no stretch of the imagination an exhaustive list either, as Pop-Tarts keeps between 20 and 30 different flavors in production at any given time, and they're constantly testing out new ones, keeping Pop-Tart fans on the edge of their seats. It's undeniable that Pop-Tarts have been a staple in pantries all over for decades, and it'll be interesting to see what new flavor combos they'll come up with in the future. But in the meantime, in between time, I really want to hear from you guys. What's your favorite classic Pop-Tart flavor? And which of the more unique ones have you tried, enjoyed, and think should become regular staples on store shelves? Let me know. Also, let me know what you'd like to see a video done on next. If you love food-related videos like this and want to see more, check out my foodie playlist. I'll have it linked for you down in the pinned comment and up in the iCards. If you found this video educational or entertaining, it would be
Delightful. Really delightful.
if you would like, share, and hit that subscribe button for more content.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
As always, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, keep learning.